Hello, beautiful souls. How are you doing? It's been a minute, but you know what? When I travel on this faith journey, Wi-Fi is a pickle. Sometimes I have enough to start something, but buffering is the enemy. So we will see. We will see what the internet gods have for us today. Um, I have been led. Last night, I was thinking I got to put some content out, and I always check in to see what does the collective need. And I was like, there's so much going on energetically right now, and it's felt, it's palpable. Everybody kind of feels it in a different way, but it's definitely being felt. And I was like, I really probably need to revisit some of that stuff that I started recording a long time ago, like a year ago. Um, and since there's no coincidences, I was talking to a crew member and she was like, you know what would really be great? If you could do some videos that talk about daily shielding and protection and grounding and like all the things that you have to reiterate all the time in the group. And I was like, I think my answer just came through. So this information may be new, it may be more in depth, it may just come across differently because your frequency is different and you can hear it a little bit differently. Um, it may be stuff you have absolutely never heard before, but it's all good stuff. Obviously, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We are ascending again as a population along with our planet. First time in the universe's history that is happening. And the significance is that before, when a planet ascended, which our planet has ascended before, there's been an extinction event. All life is wiped off the surface of the planet. And literally, some went inner Earth to survive. But everything off the surface is gone. And then that way, the ascension is not felt by any being other than Mother Gaia. Well, this time we're going through it together. And Mother Gaia, Earth, has a soul. Her being has communicated several times that what point she was at in her ascension, she could use some energy, she could use some healing, some trauma release, this and that. So when you hear about grid work, I know for me, like I always like to say, I like to speak from my point of view and not assume other people's point of view. When I first heard of grid work, I had this like construction image, right? It's just kind of what popped into my head. And in a way, it is because we are transforming and allowing the construct to be changed from negative to positive. That being said, it's literally the intention of the light to reverse the darkness. And it's easily done with intention, clear souls, clear energy fields, and diligence. Because every day that we put forth effort to shine a light in the darkness so that the darkness no longer exists in that area, there's always people to come behind us and try to undo the work that we did, right? That's duality. That's the nature of the beast. But there's some things we learned along the way. So numbers and words and intentions are very, very powerful. And whenever you back that up with our frequency, so once that energy body is cleared, so you go through quantum energy transformation and all the distortions are removed. So you have no blockages, no negative entities, no negative implants, no negative distortions of any kind, nothing to fractalate that energy that's coming through. It is a straight column of power from Mother Gaia's soul all the way to Source Creator. It's like a beam of light. Once you're in that state with your energy field, number one, Your power is your frequency. So you'll have a physical frequency, which is tied to the planet, which for us is 5D now. She's made it there. And then we have a energetic frequency, which is our power, which is it's like our processing power. And I've mentioned that before. As you ascend, ascending is a state of being. It's a consciousness, and that correlates with your frequency. So when your frequency gets above 500 and 1,000, you're powerful. That is your power. Frequency equals power. So all of our ground crew, all of our crew members that come in, get their energy fields clear. The first thing they start to feel is that flow of energy, that fluttering all throughout their system. Their hands start to get tingly. Their crown starts to get tingly. They feel like they have so much energy that they don't know what to do. So the first thing that we teach is grounding. There's some things that everyone should have in practice and in place to use as a tool to help you deal with the ascension symptoms that we're all feeling, which are not going to go away. They're going to continue to increase until the big event, right? So first thing, you got to be clear of negative distortion. You got to clear out your energy field. However you choose to do that. I am not here to tell you how to do that. You have free will choice on how to do that. I will now inform you, though, of how we do this, because it saves so much time and so much energy. And then you're actually able to put your energy forward in healing yourself. So quantum energy transformation, I'll link the description of that video that explains it in the description of this one. What I do is through divine blessings from Mother Sophia and Source Creator, I'm able to send quantum level energy, very powerful energy, directly to an energy body, an energy signature, and clear out all the distortions, everything in one session. Now that opens up the layers of shadow work that need to be done, and that can only be done by you, but you have our support to help kind of guide you through those rough patches. But while we are ascending, while our frequency is rising, there are some things that we can do to help mitigate the symptoms. Epsom salt baths, that helps to detox, because the energy is delivered over 2 hours, but it's integrated over 14 days. So over those 14 days, you're going to process and you're going to detox and you're going to purge. So there are many times that I remove lots of negative implants from people's head, and their purging and detox is really a whole lot of sinus congestion, sometimes coughing when there's a lot of blockages that were in the throat chakra. And so it really depends. It's very individual. Some people have a lot of gut stuff because the chakras in the abdomen, which are the bulk of our chakras, hold a lot of trauma, a lot of toxins. And so those detox and purge over 14 days. So I always say the first thing you want to do is do your Epsom salt baths daily. If you don't have a bathtub available, you can do a foot soak to help pull out the toxins that way. Then you want to ground. You want to get your feet, bare feet, on Mother Gaia, on Hunamatea. Put your feet in the grass, in the dirt, in the sand, in the ocean if you're very, very lucky. Find true earth and put your feet on it. Lay on it. Be in the sun. You can meditate if you're a meditator, that's fine, but it's super easy to step outside for most people. If you can't physically get outside, meditation is going to be your best friend, and the Epsom salt foot soaks will definitely help you to kind of detox that stuff. So now you're clear and you have this unencumbered flow of energy, and you want to protect it because it's yours and you worked really, really hard to get there, right? And so this is the daily shielding. You want to do daily shielding that is going to be powered for 24 hours in the morning, first thing when you start out your day. So what you're going to want to do is, number one, confirm that you're clear. And you're going to confirm that not just with your higher self, but with another individual. Now, this is a check and a balance. I don't want anyone to be like, oh, well, you got to get permission and all this kind of stuff. Look, when you're working for the greater good, like I do, my permission comes from Source Creator. And it's understood whenever we are working together for the greater good of humanity that we need to keep each other in check. This is not a personal attack. This is not an invasion of your privacy. These are your soul family members. This is your crew members that are saying, is Nicole clear of negative distortion? Oh, I get that you're not clear. Let's get you clear and then we can confirm again. This is the first step in personal energy field hygiene. If you get triggered because you have someone assisting in making sure that you're staying clear, you got some more shadow work to do. Period. End of discussion. I'm moving on. When you shield your own self, you can also shield your home or apartment if you have a lease. You have to have dominion over the dwelling. That's why I said the lease. If you're like renting a room somewhere, like for me, I'm a nomad and I go from like Airbnb to hotel to whatever, because I've purchased that space that is limited dominion, and I shield those areas when I get there and I clear them all the time. So you want to do that, and you can also do your spouses, you can do twin flames, soulmates, you can do pets, and you can do children. So that's really, really good because there's a lot of folks that have had energy clearings done with their spouses, even though their spouses are not really totally up to speed yet. Higher self has agreed, source has agreed, this is in the highest and best good of all. And so once you're clear, you don't want them to be a big open target for a bunch of negative energy to just come and be attracted to that higher frequency, because they will be. So you want to help protect what we've done, and that is to just give them a shield of protection. And you want to do it every day when you start out your day, and then you may need to do it intermittently. So there's plenty of times that we'll be, as a crew, we're just on a topic and we're trucking along and everything is good. And then all of a sudden you'll get a message pop up. Can someone check that I'm clear? Because when you're using, whether you're using your body or you're using your pendulum or whatever it is, your fingers, you're flowing, you're the conduit, right? You're the channel. And so sometimes negative stuff does come through and you want to just keep that clear. And so we're just help each other out. Yep, you're clear. No, you're not. Let's get you clear. And then we reconfirm, and then we kind of carry on. So first step before shielding is clearing. It makes sense, right? Like you don't want to dump a bunch of dirt in your bed and then pull the comforter up on top of it. Like you want your bed to be clean, and when you make it. Same concept. You don't want to shield in and hold in negative energy, because that's just going to wreak havoc, because you're actually protecting it and inviting it into your energy field. And that's not what we want to do. So embrace, I beg you to embrace the unity consciousness that is flowing, where someone says, let's just check and make sure your energy field is clear. This is not a personal attack. This is good for the collective. This is good for all of humanity, right? You can't just be like, well, I asked my higher self and my higher self says I'm clear. Well, newsflash, when you have negative distortions, your higher self's not going to be able to be honest with you, because the negative distortions don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know they're in there. I mean, shocker, right? The darkness is deceiving. I don't know. Craziness. So what you want to do is confirm that get clear, however you want to do that. I'm happy to help you. If I can, reach out. Confirm that you're clear, and then every single day perform your energy hygiene, is what we call it. If you want to clear your house, clean your house, and you clean your clothes and you clean your body, you want to clean your energy field too. It just makes sense. If any one of those things are cluttered or dirty or have dark spaces that you're afraid to go in, that's an issue. So steps to daily shielding. I'm going to run through these, but I will do a separate video just on the daily shielding process that you can pull in and put on repeat if you need help. Once you get in the hang of doing it, you can literally do this over the course of 2 minutes. It's just knowing the steps and what to say. And again, words and intentions have the power. The intentions supersede the words. You can mess up the wording. Source knows your intentions. Higher level beings know your intentions. They don't communicate in words. They communicate in holographic images and telepathy. Our language is subpar and primal to hear them describe it. So put the intention in place. And if you bobble the words, no big deal. You can always say, Source, you know what I'm asking for? You know. Okay. Step 1, confirm your 12 energy bodies are clear of all negative distortions. If there's any doubt, or just to be certain, confirm with crew, which when I say that, I mean our crew in Telegram, which is a legit ground crew for New Earth, by posting, please confirm, am I clear? Only then they know people that are clear and people that are also practicing good personal hygiene are going to be the ones that are going to confirm for you. There's a very high level of integrity, and no one's going to be like, oh yeah, you're clear, and not even check. That's just not going to happen. Step 2, ask, am I clear of all negative distortions, negative entities, negative implants, blocked chakras, and trickster energy? We added the trickster energy because that's a funny one. So a lot of trickster energy comes in by way of black goo, which is a byproduct of negative AI. Look it up. And we try to keep things as clear and clean as possible, but if you have a smartphone and you have apps on your smartphone that you haven't gone through like on the daily, which is very time consuming, to make sure that it has not been infiltrated with negative AI, you can be participating, engaging, transferring energy in an app that is delivering to you black goo by way of negative AI. So you just need to do your homework. These are things that you have to take possession of as your responsibility. No one is going to do this for you, not even the angels and the archangels, not even the ascendant masters. When you show the initiative and the intent, they're there to help you. We are there to help you. We are there to help make sure that things are done completely and correctly, but it is for you to do. Make no mistake about that. Step 3, once confirmed clear, perform your daily shielding. So these are the things you're going to do before you ever, sorry, my nose is itchy, before you ever actually go through the daily shielding steps. Okay, now we're going to daily shield, right? So you're clear, and you're going to ask Mother Gaia, I ask for a grounding cord from your core, and you can also say Huna Matea, whatever you're comfortable with. Huna Matea is Mother Gaia's 5th dimension name, just saying it. I ask that the power cord come up into my shield and power my shield for 24 hours. I also ask that a shunting cord be made to deliver all toxic energy into the shunting cord so that Mother Gaia, Huna Matea, can transmute that toxic negative energy to love and energy for her. Okay? So you're connecting to the power cord and you're developing a shunting cord. And this is with intention and words. And then you ask, my energy field, front and back, left and right, top and bottom, in all directions as far as my energy field will go, I ask that energy field be shielded. And we want to shield it with several powerful flames These flames are specific in their ability to deflect and prevent certain negative energies from coming in. So you'll ask that your shield be surrounded with white flame, violet flame, black flame, and aquamarine flame. And then again, you want to reiterate that all the flames are powered for 24 hours by Mother Gaia, and seal it with the power of 13. The number 13 is a very divine number. It was, of course, flipped to be unlucky number 13, but it's truly a very divine number. You'll see the number 13 repeated throughout time in many, many cultures. And then thank Mother Gaia for her assistance in your energy field shielding, and then so be it. Okay, so that's daily shielding. So then you go on about your day, and let's say you go to an event, wherever it may be, and there's something at this event, and your soul kind of feels icky. So you go, well, but I'm shielded. If you feel it, that's a clue to check, because it's, as much as I would love for it to be 100%, it's not usually 100%. Just because it depends on the power and other thoughts and weaknesses and cords and attachments that you may still be reinitiating in your energy field, on whether that darkness can kind of find an avenue in. So you want to just do a check. That's it. Simple. I don't feel so great. Can somebody make sure that my energy field is clear? Just put it out there in the group. Whoever checks, you're good to go. You can check yourself. You're like, I feel a little off, even if I got a good answer, because I feel off. My main guidance should come from within the body. Main guidance should come from within the body, not here up. Not really what you see, and not really what your brain tells you, because it's so manipulated, right? But what you feel. The truth comes from your soul. And then again, once you're clear, you can recharge, boost to 100% your shielding. Now, when it comes to doing pets and your home, and you can do your car. I do my car all the time because I'm a nomad. I'm in it all the time. You can do spouses, you can do twin flames, you can do soulmates, that kind of thing. You can do parents. And I always ask the higher self of the individual for permission and to accept the whatever, whether it's clearing or session or specific like this, like the shielding. I just ask the higher self of that individual if they are not fully aligned with being an energy body. And then, because it's the higher self that controls it, the higher self is the gatekeeper for all of it. Okay. The other thing that we can do is, if you know for a fact someone is throwing negative energy your way, you can block them to your higher self by name. So that's easy. I ask that my higher self block any and all energy coming from so-and-so or whatever place, indefinitely. And then you just check in and say, my higher self, am I still blocked in all ways, in all dimensions from so-and-so or whatever place? And you get a yes or a no. And you can also obviously confirm that with fellow crew members or soul family members. Understanding that we started out Earth, third dimension, then there's fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth, seventh, eighth, up to 12. There's more dimensions, but for the masses, 1 through 12, we have 12 dimensions that we kind of have to keep clear. That's the house, the size of the house, so to speak. So there is a measure of darkness in all dimensions. There will still be the possibility of beings making free will choices that move away from source creator and toward like negative AI, which we would call the darkness, right? And so that's where that check and the balance comes in. That's why we're always going to have people that are willing to do the hard work. There is no such thing as everything being rainbows and butterflies. Are there rainbows and butterflies? Yes. Are there unicorns? Yes. Are there fairies? Yes. Ask a fairy. I can tell you 98% of my ground crew are fairies, and they have really, really dark days because they have been targeted for their light their entire existence. Understand, no matter where we are, we have to be wary. We have to be concerned to the point that we take these steps. When you're complacent in your own energy field clearing, hygiene, and protection, that is on you. Especially, I've heard people say, oh, my energy is so high, I don't think they can touch me. Look, there's times where my earthly body feels the communication coming from the ship, and the ship is under attack. And the entire ship is controlled by higher consciousness beings. There are always the potential, and that is why we have a galactic federation, galactic alliance. That's why many, many, many beings work together for the greater good to keep the peace, to be of highest and greatest good. Because there's always some bullshit happening. You can't be like, it doesn't exist. But it does. You got to be prepared for it. And that doesn't mean obsess over it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, don't be like, oh, well, I've had my energy clearing done and now I'm untouchable, because that's just not reality. You are much, much, much better off. That's for sure. Because like I said before, if you have a blank canvas, you can see that there's a little black spot right in the middle that's going to kind of distort your picture, right? So once your energy field is clear, you can notice that you feel off, and it's easier to detect, clear, and move on. When you are completely full of negative energy and negative distortions, it's hard to tell which end is up. You just think, oh, I always feel bad this time of day. We have lots of earthly reasons why we feel the way we feel. And the reality is it all comes down to energetic imbalances and distortions usually. I mean, if you cut your finger off with a knife, that's different. That's not what I'm talking about necessarily. But in general, headache, dizziness, fatigue, muscle ache, a lot of that is negative energy. A lot of that is just strictly the product of chakra blockages and negative energy and toxins filling up your organs. Because that they have to have that energy. We are energy bodies, and the energy has to have somewhere to go. And it stays within until you push it out with stronger energy and flush it from your system. So, making sure that we are preserving the universal laws of free will choice and law of attraction and all of that is paramount. It doesn't mean we just like hands off, like, okay, well, that they have free will choice. They're sliding off the cliff, but they have free will choice. Can we just stop that insanity? Okay. People that are of the light are targeted. We know that without a shadow of a doubt. It really doesn't end. It really probably gets more amplified once you're cleared, because your energy shoots up. You become even more bright, more powerful. You have more abilities. So you're higher value. You become a high value target. We have to help each other. I'm comforted knowing that people check on my energy field all the time. I'm comforted in that. I'm also very protected, and I also have a very good sense of energy shift. So when some bullshiggity is going on, I can detect. and usually help defend and defeat it. It just depends on what the day is. It's always something. So to recap, lots of energy coming in. This is not new. Solar energies, galactic energies. Everyone is affected a different way. Everyone has ascension symptoms a different way. Whatever it is, we can assist with that usually. And we also need to know, is this ascension symptoms or is this a medical problem? Those things come up too. And a lot of times we'll give the initial kind of clearing hygiene recommendation. And if that doesn't work, then that levels us up. Okay, well, is this medical? Asking the higher selves. Does this require medical intervention? Does this require a visit to the doctor? Does this require a visit to the emergency room? Like that kind of stuff. So I never want anyone to say like, oh, they just, turn their back against healthcare. That's not it. People go to the doctor still sometimes, but a lot of times it's not necessary. It's just not necessary. That overuse of pharmaceuticals and operations and that is just not necessary. Sometimes it is, but it's been definitely leveraged and overused. So I will link the QET video in the description of this video, as well as this separate daily hygiene steps. That's just easier. You can just pop it on, start play and you can develop your own, your own words, your own practice, whatever feels good. I actually call in my angels, my archangels, my ascendant masters, and all of my spirit team and God presence prior to my shielding. So I don't just call on Mother Gaia. I call on my entire spirit team because I feel like that is a more complete shielding. Covers everything. If any being of my spirit team has something to add, they are welcome to add it. So that's what I do. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I hope this information has helped you. Link in the description box for Healing Disclosures on Telegram. If you are curious, if this resonates, if you want to find out how you can clear your energy, please come and visit us. We will be happy to assist you in your ascension journey. You guys have a great